Good evening and welcome to Coastal Chaos 2018, a WFTDA-Recognized Tournament brought to you by the Rock Coast Rollers of Rockport, Maine and New England Roller Derby Report. Our next game features the Fredericton Junior Roller Derby from New Brunswick, Canada versus New Hampshire Junior Roller Derby of Nashua. Looking forward to this Junior Roller Derby game. I have never actually seen Junior Roller Derby before. It's not as popular where I'm from in Maryland, so looking forward very much to seeing all these children do some roller derby.
Our referees are taking position now. Slammerus is working the outside, and I think I see 4 officials there on the inside, so we're getting ready to go. Seems like in quite a few places, Junior Derby is just starting to take off. In Pennsylvania, we had one form in the Harrisburg area, a newer league in Hagerstown, Maryland, called Maryland Area Roller Sports. It's in their second year of operation now.
Okay, Fredericton in the blue. There's 3 boys.
Wearing the jerseys in blue is Fredericton from New Brunswick, Canada.
And the roster includes number 2, Sugar Cookie Brookie, 3, Gene Evil, 11, Medieval Macy, 17, Windchill Whitaker, 20, Kamikaze Coco, 21, Shrapnel, 33, CC Roller, 36, GI Josie, 55, Vicious VI, 67, Combat Keegan, 88, Gracie DC, 165, Mini Mayhem, 333, Shay Slay, 363, Ridge Wrecker, and 1000, O-Dog, coached by Banshee and Mayhem. That is the blue Fredericton East Coast Brawlers.
Is there a roster for the other team? Nope, maybe they're working.
Roster for the other team coming up shortly.
Introducing New Hampshire Junior Roller Derby from Nashua, New Hampshire. Number 10, Ruthless C. Number 715, Crash Landing. Number 7, Darth Skater. Number 113, Sayonara. Number 0707, Rolling Rock Star. Number 9, Tiger Lily. Number 21, Pandemonium. Number 810, Fashionista. Number 11, Hermione Danger. Number 12, Piper the Viper. Number 1101, Hell Equity. Number 7303, Warrior 011, Pancakes and Bacon. Number 500, Killer Bunny. And number 778, Cinderblock, lining up to jam.
We've got 715, Crash Landing
Going
for
up
New Hampshire.
And for Fredericton, that's number 88. 88, Gracie DC.
Nice name. Looks like we're getting some good communication on the track already between the New Hampshire Pivot and Jammer. Working on the plan. And the first whistle, they're off. And 715 gets through nice and easy through that line.
715 is Crash Landing from New Hampshire Roller Derby. As you can see, she is on her way around the track. Not far behind her, though. Number 88, Gracie DC, also on a scoring pass. Gracie is in the back of the pack trying to take on New Hampshire's defensive wall there. Number 21, Pandemonium, putting a hit on her.
And it looks like Gracie DC is picking up 4 points. And New Hampshire picks up 3. All right, next up jamming for New Hampshire is number 10, Ruthless.
And for Fredericton, number 165, Mini Mayhem, wearing the star.
This team a little larger in stature. Let's see what they do. All right, and we've got another New Hampshire lead jammer.
Minnie Mayhem, though, wasn't too far behind.
Coming in on the inside.
There, now Minnie Mayhem is on the scoring pass.
Outside, staying balanced.
Scoots through, finds a very skinny hole there on the outside line, and Minnie Mayhem putting 4 points on the board.
Minnie Mayhem is a fast skater. And the jam is called off by Ruthless C, number 10.
See on our instant replay there, Minnie Mayhem getting into the pack, watching his skate just kind of caress that outside line there on a straightaway.
He seemed a little upset with his performance. He sat down and put his head in his hands. Man, he's so hard on himself. Come on, man. You are great.
Number 20, Kamikaze Coco, jamming there for Fredericton. And I think that's number 13 for New Hampshire.
It is indeed, and she is coming up fast.
Kamikaze, though, out of the pack and on his scoring pass.
Oh, and a spill for Sayonara.
A little bit of a tumble there by Sayonara, but Kamikaze Coco has 5 points in his favor. Coco now another scoring pass. Tries to take the pack on the inside.
And he sees a spot.
That's right. He had a 4-wall there. He had to get past. He gets past there, and there's 5. That must be a grand slam pass there by Coco. Sayonara still has a lead, but she calls it off right there. You're at Fredericton 20 and New Hampshire at 6. Well, a lot of the leagues near me, the junior derby skaters can be as young as 7 and as old as 17, at which point they usually graduate and they become part of the WFTDA League, whatever is hosted at that same location.
All right, we've got number 12, Piper the Viper, jamming for New Hampshire.
And number 363, I believe that's Ridge Wrecker, wearing the star there for blue for Fredericton. And Ridge Wrecker tries to take the outside, gets a little bit of a hit there by number 2. That's Macy. That puts Ridge Wrecker behind the pack, but she comes through and she still manages to pick up lead.
Piper was recycled by number 3 on the opposing team,
Gene Evil. Ridge Wrecker's at the back of the pack.
Oh, she finds a spot on the inside.
Right, she tries to break that wall up on the outside there at turn 1, and then squeezes through on the inside there and goes out, or goes through. Ridge Wrecker there with another grand slam, 5 points on the board with our pack almost stagnant at this point.
Piper the Viper still fighting through, and she makes it
There
finally
we go.
on her initial.
Piper the Viper now on a scoring pass. Ridge Wrecker is in the pack there at turn 2. Looks like all is good, and she's coming out with 4 more points.
And let's see if New Hampshire picked up any points on that. I believe the ref said 1.
And for the most part, as far as I know, the rules for junior roller derby pretty much parallel the rules by the WFTDA as far as penalties in blocking zones and contact and whatnot.
Okay.
For junior derby, there are 3 or 4 tiers I'm aware of. The lowest tier is more or less just skating and passing, and that goes up to your higher tier, which we're actually blocking and some form of hitting on your opponents. Number 88 there in the teal, that's Gracie DC coming out, and Gracie's our lead jammer for this jam.
All right, and we've got close behind her, number
That's 011. It might be Hermione Danger.
That is actually.
Oh no, that's Pancakes and Bacon.
Pancakes and Bacon. Adorable name.
It looks like the Fredericton jammer
All
is in the penalty box.
Power jam.
So this is a power jam for Pancakes and Bacon.
I will never not smile when I hear the name
Pancakes and Bacon. It's always a winner in my book.
Yes.
There's Pancakes and Bacon's in the engagement. Now she's in the pack. She's over on the inside there between the jammer and pivot lines.
Trying to find the best spot. Will she find it before the other jammer comes in?
Frederick,
I don't. Oh,
yes, she did. Fredericton did have a little bit of a tight wall there, but
and she's got Macy on her tail. She better hurry. Oh, but unfortunately, skaters with longer legs are always going to win out.
Gracie Deasy back in the box, or back into the track, on the track after that penalty. And Gracie now in the pack. Looks like she's might have passed at least one skater. She pushed her way through and gets 4 more points.
All right, Pancakes and Bacon looking for a spot. She's on the outside. She's moving towards the inside, looking and looking.
Gracie Deasy.
And she's through.
Makes another lap, and Gracie just completes her scoring pass.
She gets 5 on that pass.
5 and 4. Pretty impressive there. We're still going forward with our jam. Our jam time's out. We ran the full 2 minutes there. We're looking at 46 and 25 in favor of Fredericton from New Brunswick, Canada. Number 165, Minnie Mayhem, wearing the jammer star for Fredericton.
Their jammer stars are pretty cool. It looks like a splash of water.
Yeah.
Very cool. And for New Hampshire, number 10, Ruthless, wearing the star. And they're off.
There's our jam start whistle.
Oh, and they're both out quite at a timely fashion.
It's one at a time. It looks like lead, though, being given to number 165, Minnie Mayhem. Minnie Mayhem.
Oh, very nice move on Mayhem's part.
He takes that hole there on the outside there, right between turns 1 and 2, puts 4 points on the board.
Runs into his own pivot.
The pivot was trying to put a block there on number 12, trying to move her out of the way, and in the process he fell down and crashed into her. But that's okay. He's back up on his skates, and you see he's just earned another 4 points.
But that does send 2 of their players to the box. He calls off.
That was an amazing pass around his blocker there right before the end of that jam. Blocker was pretty much on the line going into the apex and just scoots past that blocker. 4 and 2. 4 scored by Fredericton, 59-35.
All right, and the jammer for New Hampshire, number 21, Pandemonium.
And Kamikaze Coco, number 20, jamming for Fredericton. A little bit of a tumble there by the New Hampshire blockers, and that lets Coco get through. You hear those 2 whistles. Coco's lead.
All right, and Pandemonium on her initial, going in for some points.
All of our skaters so far, and a pretty big fan base is here watching Junior Derby. I would too if I was them. Kamikaze Coco calls that jam after putting 5 more on the board.
And it looks like Pandemonium is unable to get any points on that particular pass.
Ridge Wrecker taking the star for our next jam.
And number 810 taking the star, that is Fashionista. Starting to notice how the lineups are very different from senior roller derby. It looks like there's just a straight line they have to get through every time. And, it's a lot easier than having to get through someone who's blocking you with some hips.
One thing that we're not seeing is a lot of the bracing and the 3 and 4 walls that we're going to see in a higher level of derby.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's not allowed under that specific rule set or if it's just kind of above their skill level at this point.
If anybody watching can let us know, we'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. 3-6-3, Ridge Wrecker is jamming for Fredericton, and Ridge is getting back into the pack there. Takes the in, has a 3 wall there up front. Gets through that 3 wall, points and calls it off.
Fashionista looks like she pulls off 3. is sticking. Is that 2 or 3? The ref's thumb is sticking out there.
Usually when it's a thumb, that's a 5th point, but I don't think that actually happened in that jam.
Okay, it's because she went like threw the horns up.
Oh, okay.
Which I've never seen 2 displayed like that. But
sometimes it's, when you're at a distance, it's easier to see it.
Some refs actually will have the tape on their fingers, and then they'll do bunny ears and they'll wiggle their fingers.
Yeah.
I've seen that today.
Here we go, number 88 for Fredericton, Gracie DC. Gracie's been doing quite a bit of jamming so far in this game, and
she has.
You can see why. She's pretty good at it. Not far behind her, number 9, Tiger Lily for New Hampshire. Now they're both on scoring passes. Oh, Gracie, nice. It looks like that was that's that new hand signal.
I'm not sure, but both jammers got sent to the box.
Yeah.
So that means that the first jammer will only sit for the amount, or the second jammer will only sit for the amount of time that the first jammer sat for.
So the second jammer is going to be released when that first jammer has a seat.
Now she may go.
Yep. I think that previous penalty might have either been a leg block or an out of bounds block. They did just recently change the hand signals on that one.
New things take a little while to learn.
Yes. Gracie DC, 5 points on the board.
Tiger Lily still trying to find a spot to get through, and she does. Picks up 4 points on that one.
Gracie's Gracie does not, well, before we say anything, let's wait and see what happens. What happened was Gracie actually served the penalty in that jam. So if you're lead and you get a penalty, you lose lead jammer status. Gracie completed her scoring pass there on the apex between turns 3 and 4. Put her hands on her hips to try to call that jam off, and we only heard 2 of the 4 whistles. Technically, that does not end the jam, but there was some confusion on the track there. I think the referees said, just play it safe. We'll just let the jam end. And
all right, jamming for New Hampshire, we have 1101. That is Telequity. I'm sorry, these are handwritten, and I cannot read that.
1101.
Telequity.
I don't even see that on there. Oh. Yes, I guess you're right. Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
So we all said it wrong. Hello Kitty.
Is it Hello Kitty or Hello Kitty?
I think I think it's a K.
But it's spelled with a
And going up against Hello Kitty is number 165, Minnie Mayhem once again.
See a lot of these players utilizing tomahawks to get through the line.
Start them off young, right?
Yes, and they are flexible, so they have that hip flexor strength to do that.
Oh, a missed block there by 10. Is that 102?
Yes, you are right. That 102, that is not on my list.
That's what I was just thinking.
I am so sorry. 102.
102 did try to go in for a hit there and missed.
Let's see her name.
Macy.
That is Macy. She is still not on my list, but I will add her.
Oh, I thought I saw Macy on there.
Oh, she's on there now.
Okay. So 0707 is jamming for New Hampshire. I think it's her first time jamming.
Yes, first time we've seen her. That is Rolling Rockstar. Rock You Star. Pardon.
And number 20, Kamikaze Coco once again.
Achieving lead jammer status.
There he goes. Coco's the lead jammer. Coco's back in the pack. We've got all 4 defensive blockers are up for New Hampshire. They're up front. They try to cycle to the front, but Coco gets past them. Coco's on a scoring pass there after putting 4 more points on the board.
Coco looking to his coach to know what to do. She says, keep going.
Keep
get
running.
Some points.
Keep running it because Rolling Rockstar there had just only completed her initial pass. So Coco had plenty of time to pick up another couple points there. There it is, 5 points, and that jam is over.
It was very good communication between, is that Minnie over there?
Well, they're all Minnie.
That's Coco. Between Coco and Coach Banshee, he was looking to her from the opposite side of the track. They met eyes and called it off.
We've got Ridge Record, number 363, once again on the blue team at Fredericton. If you're just tuning in, Fredericton is from New Brunswick, Canada.
We've got Macy jamming for New Hampshire.
So far, Fredericton's been picking up the bulk, if not all, of the lead jammer status so far in this game.
Have. And she's through and calls.
There it is.
Before Macy can score any points.
We're at this point, we're 107.51, so Fredericton has the score doubled there over New Hampshire.
Yes.
And we're about 12 minutes left to our game. Gracie DC, number 88 there.
Oh, and my favorite little one right there, crash landing. She just crash landed.
Exactly.
But she's back
You
up.
jinxed her. Definitely the size there could be used as an advantage. You could squeeze past and not even realize it.
Yeah, undetected.
Fredericton's got a 3-wall there holding crash landing back, and Gracie DC is up front and picks up lead.
Crash landing just made her way through that pack.
You can hear there's some residual cheering for individual skaters by the people behind us. We've got quite a big spectator base here watching the Junior Derby game, and we're glad that you're watching it here with us too. Gracie takes the advice of her bench coach and calls that jam off. So I'm hearing some talk about level 2 jams, so I'm not sure if that's the tiers that we were talking about earlier as far as what types of contact are allowed.
Be, and there is someone in the middle actually holding up a number on a score sheet.
Still quite a bit to learn. So I'm finding out that these games, after the live feed, they're still available on YouTube. So by all means, if you're more versed in what's going on with the tiers of Junior Derby, by all means, please leave a comment because we'll all check that out. Coming out with lead. I'm sorry, I just cut you off.
No worries.
165 there. Minnie Mayhem's been doing quite a bit of jamming and certainly very good at it.
Yes.
There's a fiver there, a grand slam by Minnie Mayhem.
And New Hampshire Cinderblock is still trying to find a way through that brace. Looks like for level 2 you can brace.
That's where we're seeing a little bit higher level of contact here. So maybe they're starting off slow and just kind of elevating it as the game goes on. New Hampshire jammer, number 78, is now completed her initial pass, ready to score some
tries
points.
To block
she
Minnie there.
Does. There's.
And Coco, or I'm sorry, Minnie gets a penalty called.
I didn't see the hand signal.
I did not either.
Okay.
I believe it was illegal contact. I'm hearing the other announcers say. Thank you, other announcers. All right, power jam for Cinderblock.
There you go, Cinderblock.
And she makes it through, but someone is coming to thwart that attempt.
She's going to go out of play very soon, but she lets her go. And Cinderblock, that should be 5 if all's right with the world. I didn't see the number of fingers there.
Yes. She should have had 5 because Minnie was still in the box and she passed him.
There's another 5 there by Minnie Mayhem. Minnie Mayhem taking the 4 lane there. Gets through that hole, and there's, let's see, should be another 4 or 5 points after that. And now we're seeing that 1 being flashed by our official there in the middle.
So now we're going to have the straight lines. Back again, looks like Fredericton is ready. We've got number 21, Pandemonium, jamming for New Hampshire.
Is this Panda's first time jamming in this game?
Second time
Second
jamming,
time, okay.
Yes.
And we've got Kamikaze Coco once again. And, oh, Pandemonium. Look at that. She gets lead.
All right.
Kamikaze, he's still in the pack. He just took a spill there.
And the pack is rolling.
Now, Kamikaze's jammer, or a pivot, is up front there. There's a four-wall by New Hampshire, and the pivots, tried to go upstairs or up there to provide some assistance, but Coco's out of the pack and has completed his initial pass.
This is where fast skating is definitely an advantage, because when that pack's moving, you got to catch up. Get through that pack to get some points.
If you've never done it before, it's not as easy as it looks.
It is not. And Pandemonium calls off the jam. She gets 5 extra points. You could watch and ref 300 games, and then one day you're just like, yeah, I'll wear the star at a practice, and you just, how do you do this? 27-5, my worst enemy.
Macy 102 and 363 Ridge Wrecker. That's right. We do have one game after this. That's at 7:30. Make sure you stay tuned for that. That is State College area roller derby from State College, Pennsylvania, taking on Lehigh Valley roller derby from the Allentown, Bethlehem area. Now, those two leagues are practically neighbors, and they have played each other in the past. So I think that's going to be
a good one.
That's going to be a good one because
other.
They know each other, and both of those teams were victorious yesterday in their first games. Lehigh beating their team pretty well, and then State College was over 100 points in their game yesterday. They had a victory. Gracie DC once again.
And pancakes and bacon. Love it.
Ooh, pancakes and bacon comes out first, which is the way it should be.
It is breakfast after all.
That's right. Well, you can. I'll have pancakes and bacon any time of the day. I have no shame whatsoever. Well,
Pancakes is calling it off, making a smart decision before the opposing jammer can get through and get any points. But she also sacrifices points for her team. But honestly, I think that was a smart decision on her part.
It was. That's, as we know, being lead jammer, you can call that jam off whenever you feel like it, and most of the time, that's to prevent the other team from scoring points.
Yep.
If you were with us with one of our previous games where we were tied in the last 2 minutes, that's where your call-offs are really helpful.
Yes. All right, we have 8-10 jamming for New Hampshire. That is Fashionista.
And 165 once again, Minnie Mayhem, who's been doing an amazing job as a jammer, once again picking up lead, and it kind of looks like he's a little happy about that. Oh. Kind of knocked.
Tapped out by 102
Macy, yeah.
But he jumps to another 5 points.
See that flashing 5 there by the jam ref.
Coach tells him to keep going. And there he goes with another 5 points up on the board.
You can certainly see that the two jammers there, number 165, Minnie Mayhem and Kamikaze Coco, very strong jammers for that team. Yes. Fredericton from New Brunswick, Canada.
And let's see if Fashionista got any points up on the board before it was called. And yes, she got 1.
Speaking of Kamikaze Coco, Kamikaze's lining up to jam once again.
And for New Hampshire, we have 0707. That's Roland Rock-U-Star.
I think that might be a K as well. That confused me when I was reading the names off. I think that might be a K.
Yes.
So Rolling Rockstar.
It does look like an unfinished Q.
Yeah.
Is that Gretchen's handwriting?
Yes, it is. Blame her.
I will blame her.
Blame Gretchen if
Blame
the
her
names are
entirely.
Well, she organized this whole thing for us, so we can't be too ungrateful.
I also blame her entirely for that.
Yes.
She is great at organizing. She gets all the blame.
Rolling Rockstar out of the pack. Not lead jammer, but Coco instructed to call that jam off, and he does just that.
All right, I think we've got a level 2 jam coming up. Yes, we do. That means we'll see some bracing action this time around.
Ridge record number 363, also very commonly put out on the jammer lineups for Fredericton.
We've got Ruthless C jamming for New Hampshire.
This might be Ruthless's first time out there, too, as a jammer.
You know what? I think she has jammed once
Okay.
as well.
Okay. Oh, well.
If I remember. And she has lead.
There goes Ruthless. Ruthless
and
is
isn't
lead.
she fast?
Look at that. Look at those crossovers going around
Yes.
the curve there.
And that amazing plow stop.
Oh,
and some tumbling in the middle.
Looks like
Can't tell who started that
no.
domino
I
effect.
think it was more blue skaters. I saw the New Hampshire skater there on the bottom, but
there is a penalty called on Ruthless. I am incorrect in that. Never mind.
yeah, I see.
I think the jam.
Yeah, points are being given by both jam refs there.
Yes. It looked like Ruthless was skating on the outside, but I am on the opposite side, so it
Yes, and
looked kind
the
of.
floor is
iffy
also
from
kind of
there.
shiny too, so it's
Yes.
hard to see that. We're completely opposite from turn 2 over there.
Yes, and you can't even see turn 2
Yeah.
on the screen, actually.
Well,
so.
yeah,
Or not
it's-
turn 2, I'm sorry, turn 3. I
Yeah,
believe it
turn
is.
3 is completely
Yeah.
out of the view.
Yes, and that's where she was skating.
There's Gracie DC again, number 88, coming out with lead jammer.
And number 21, Pandemonium, right behind her.
Hello. we just got.
Oh
we just
boy, here
bl-
she comes
yeah,
again.
Oh boy. No, maybe
no.
maybe she won't come in front of our camera this time. I believe she found a stray rabbit last night, if I'm not mistaken.
I was actually the one who caught it.
Oh, okay.
That was me.
Well, I think she was involved in that.
She
though.
was.
Okay.
She took the rabbit home and she gave it some hay and rabbit food and posted about it on a Facebook group to see if anybody lost their pet floppy-eared bunny.
So she's local here then.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
But I did the hard work. I caught the ding-dang rabbit.
I'm getting ready to leave, and someone says, "I'm using your car for light." I'm like, okay. And then they found out there's this rabbit that they caught right in front of the rink last
Ooh, and
night.
quick like a bunny, it is Minnie Mayhem.
Yep,
out
Minnie
there.
Mayhem once again. Minnie Mayhem's playing out probably going to be a very strong jammer in Derby.
Yes. Can't wait to see him move up the ranks and move up levels
Absolutely.
and say, hey, I got to see that kid play when he was like 10 years old.
And thanks to YouTube, there'll be a record of it.
Yes.
Oh,
and there will be a record of me saying that.
That was an amazing scoring pass completed by Macy. Macy was just taken on a bounce, actually.
By Gene Evil.
Yeah.
Gene Evil has been very aggressive this game and following through with her blocking.
And the blocker that put that hit.
Gene
hit.
is sent to the penalty box,
Yeah.
though. As is Minnie. Oh, disappointing. All right. Back in action here, and coming on through quite easily is Macy. Oh, but she tumbles down at the last second. And Macy makes it through, but tumbles forward, but she can keep going.
The crowd.
But the blockers come through again.
If you
to
can hear the
block her.
cheering from our crowd here over on microphones, you can hear it picking up. We're just shy of a 100-point lead now by Fredericton.
Yes.
We are no longer having a lead jammer in this jam. So number 165, Minnie Mayhem out of the box. Did he go to the box in that last
He
just now?
did.
Yeah,
He just got
I
out of the
thought
box.
so. Putting another 4 points on the board, so we're going to go for the full 2 minutes here.
Of which there's only 15 seconds
Right,
left.
right.
And Minnie makes it through one more time to gain 5 more points for Fredericton, my bad.
Breaking the 100-point lead mark over New Hampshire. Fredericton going into halftime at a score of 188 to New Hampshire's 85. We'll be taking a 15-minute intermission here. Our teams are going to regroup, and we'll be back here in about 15 minutes with another half of Junior Derby.